to runway 11 at Delta at Bridgeport Sikorsky Memorial Airport. Saturday, May 21st. We're going to go down the taxiway a little bit, then we're going to swing our tail just a little bit, and we're going to do a run-up. The reason that we swing our tails, we don't want to blast anybody who's behind us as we run up the engine, just to check all the systems. Put on the safety brake. Okay, we started on the left tank, so we're going to move to the right. Check our trim, that we're takeoff trim. Check our flight controls. Thumbs point to surfaces that are up. Everything is clear and easy. Check the annunciator lights. Check. Instruments. All look good. Mixture, we're going to move. We were leaning to bring the oil temp up. Now I'm going to bring all the way up to full rich. We're going to leave it in that way. We're going to check to make sure the primer is in and locked. Now I'm going to slowly bring the engine up to 2,000 RPM. Okay, now we're going to check our mags. So we're going to turn. Find a drop in RPM. Good. Now we're going to try the right. Good drop in RPM. So we're good there. Test the carb beat. Drop in RPM. Check the vacuum. 5. Amps and volts are positive. Fuel pressure is looking good. Oil pressure is in the green. Oil temperature is starting to come alive. Bring the back to idle here. Make sure the plane still runs. It does. Alright, so now we're going to do our pre-takeoff checklist. Flaps at 0, we're going to do a regular takeoff. Mixture best power, mixture rich. Carb heat off, fuel pump on. Heading indicator to compass is good. Pitot heat not required. Transponder we'll put on standby. AC is off, the doors and windows are shut and locked. The landing light is now on. Strobes are now on.
Good morning, Bridgeport ground. Grumman 26889 with Tango at the North Renton area taxi, close traffic.
All right, we are ready to go.
Grumman 2689, Bridgeport ground. Good morning, runway 11 Delta, taxi via Delta.
Via Delta for 1189.
We also requested closed traffic, which means we're going to stay in the pattern around the airport. We're going to do some touch and goes. Look at the windsock straight ahead. It's barely moving, but what wind there is blowing pretty straight down the runway, so that's a good thing. And we're going to stop here. We're going to make our call. Switch over to tower frequency. Bridgeport Tower, Cherokee 6553 Foxtrot. Runway 11, taxiway Delta, ready for departure.
Cherokee 6553 Foxtrot, Bridgeport Tower. Make left traffic, runway 11 at Delta, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 29er, we'll make left traffic, Cherokee 6553 Foxtrot.
Runway 11, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 11, Cherokee 6553 Foxtrot, left traffic. Okay, we've got plenty of runway here. We're going to just come out here. Line ourselves up on the center line. Alright, just stop here for a second, check everything, make sure everything looks like it's in the green, everything looks good. Go flying. On a bunch of right rudder here to keep us straight. Left turning tendency. Airspeed coming alive. Up around 60, we're going to rotate. Let's go ahead and rotate. There we go. We are flying. Fly runway heading here. Beautiful morning on the Sound.
Bridgeport Tower, Grumman 26889, number 1 on Delta, 11 Delta, close traffic.
Grumman 2689, Bridgeport Tower, follow Cherokee up 1, left close traffic, runway 11 at Delta, clear for takeoff.
Left close traffic behind the Cherokee, 889 rolling.
Alright, we're going to make our left turn here. We've got left traffic, which means everything's a left turn. A little like NASCAR. Do something called a regular rate turn. Really important is that we square our pattern. We want it really to look like a rectangle. Pattern altitude is 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet over ground level. As we approach 1,000 feet, we're going to cut the engine speed back to 2,000. So we're on crosswind. We're now making our turn to downwind. See, another plane just took off directly behind us. They're also in the pattern. All right, now we're going to trim, make sure we're straight and level flight here. All right, we're looking good. Instruments all look good. The key here is to run the exact same pattern every time. See, we're hands off, the plane is flying itself. Means we're in perfect trim, perfect balance. Make a call down. Bridgeport Tower, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot, midfield downwind for runway 11.
Here, 53 Foxtrot, runway 11, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 11, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot. Okay, so when we're beam the numbers here, we're going to cut the engine power 1500. Okay, we're going to make sure we're in the white arc. Put in our first set of flaps, first notch of flaps. We're looking over our shoulder for a 45 degree to the runway numbers. That's what we used as our target. When we're at about a 45 degree, we'll commence return to base. Using some rudder on the turn to keep the ball centered. Make sure we're in balanced flight, so we're not slipping or sliding. All right, so now we're on our base turn.
Bridgeport Tower 889 mid.
Put our second notch of flaps in. Nose is going to come up just a little bit.
89, number 2, follow the Cherokee left base, approaches final, runway 11, clear touch and go.
Okay, we're going to begin our final.
Clear touch and go.
Like we're a little high, so we'll probably chop some power, but we're going to wait till we finish our turn. Our last notch of flaps here. So we're lined up pretty well here. We've actually cut the power to idle here. We've got plenty. We were a little high. Here we come into runway 11. There we go, a little off the center line, that's not good. Not horrible, that's why we have a long runway. Check that everything's in the green. Back on the center line, let's go flying again. There we go. All right, this next one, we're going to try to just put it right on the center line. Okay, so we like to, when we're taking off, we like to keep the nose on the horizon. Once we're past obstacles, we can go steeper, but this way we can see any traffic. Okay, we're going to be in our turn to crosswind. Turn a little earlier. Normally it's 300 feet below pattern altitude, but with all these houses over here, there's noise abatement, so we try not to bother those people. Try to be good citizens. All right, so again, we're looking for 1,000 feet as our pattern altitude. As we're approaching it, we're gonna bring the engine back to about 2,000.
Traffic.
Okay. I look out my left window, I see the Grumman that's in the pattern with us. Just landed and is just taking off, so our spacing is good. We're not going too slow or too fast. We're not catching them. We're not... Thing is good. Alright, so we're right at 1,000 feet. All the instruments look good. Everything's in the green. Bridgeport Tower, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot, midfield downwind, runway 11.
Cherokee 53 Foxtrot, runway 11, start touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 11, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot. Alright, so we just made our radio calls. We tell them when we're midfield on our downwind leg. They know where we are, in case they're not watching. Alright, we're beam the numbers 11. Let's chop power to 1500. Okay, we're in the white arc. Put one notch of flaps in slowly. Watch our airspeed here. Let's watch that we stay 1500. Probably extend our downwind a little bit since we were so high in the last one. Probably started our turn a little early because we were worried about the Grumman behind us. Not to hold anybody up. Alright, so now we're going to start our turn to base. And these are just normal, regular rate turns, nothing out of Top Gun.
Runway 9, number 2, follows Cherokee, turn left base, runway 11.
Ball is centered. Second notch of flaps in here. Alright, airspeed is good. We're about 70 knots, that's good. Alright, starting our turn to final. One more notch of flaps to go. Still pegged on that 70, which is perfect. That nose coming down, we're very high. Okay. Our goal here again is center line. We do, and we've got good airspeed coming in. Coming in on the center line. Pretty good, right on the center line, we'll take it. Okay, lots of right rudder.
Bridgeport Tower 89, just
there we go.
say clear touch and go.
Grumman 89, affirmative.
Roger.
So we're flying again. here, I'm going a little higher, a little faster. Pin the airspeed at 80, which puts our nose a little above the horizon. Drop it down there, okay.
Traffic not available.
All right. Here we are, 600. So lots of times the traffic lady will call out when we're around Bridgeport. There's a lot of, sometimes it can be traffic, but we're in the pattern, so we should be good here. We're keeping an eye out. It's important, eyes outside the plane, not inside the plane. But there's also a lot of ground interference that causes the traffic lady to call out. Wind seems like it's picking up a little bit. We didn't come directly center line off that. So we'll think about that as we apply this next pattern. Keep an eye, we'll see if we're getting pushed out. So we're at 1,000 feet. Our left turn to downwind. The Grumman is still there, just taking off. Good spot with him still. Bridgeport Tower, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot, midfield downwind, runway 11.
Cherokee 53 Foxtrot, runway 11, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go, runway 11, Cherokee 53 Foxtrot. I like to make that downwind call even if they don't